Sundari, and for those that don't know my name, I'm making this video for an English project about a recount, which I chose the topic of understanding cultural bias. So, I watched this one video on YouTube about Julien S. Bourrelle, which he once had a man that suddenly sat and talked to him in Brussels, specifically in La Grande Place, a beautiful square in the center of that town. So he was explaining that he was confused on why that man was talking to him, and he thought to himself, why is this man talking to me? And he realized that he was becoming a Norwegian. He turned to the man and said, sorry, I lived in a country where people don't speak to each other. Julien also explained that in Norway, it's not that people don't talk to each other, it's just that the socialization there takes part in a much more framed and organized manner. Julien was not expecting that a man, a stranger to him, had actually talked to him. However, that was surprising because Julien came from a French-speaking part of Canada where that type of behavior is normal. Julien explained that his brain has been rewired, like context, not literal, because he has lived in a tiny little country in the north of Europe, which is called Norway, for several years. Julien explains that most people around the world are raised with the idea that they will need to contribute to a group, that they will be part of a group and interdependent on their members, and it affects the way people behave. Julien also explains that this basic principle tells a lot about how you're going to expect a friendship to look like. In certain societies where the group prevails, the friendship will be much stronger in terms that people will live in symbiosis with each other and dependent on each other, and they will expect to be invited to every single event that the good friend will do. And I realized that I also think that way, and that I will want to participate or want to be included in many events that my friends will do. Maybe not all of their events, but most of the events. So what I learned from that video is that every people and country's culture friendship can be much more distant, because Julien has asked a Scandinavian man what a good friend was, and that Scandinavian man answered, it is someone I can sit in silence in a room and be comfortable. And just from that one sentence, that made me realize that not all friendship is about the excitement of being included in everything that good friend does, but it can also be a comfortable silence that makes a good friendship or relations.